What I'm going to do to make sure I get this back together right, just mark the position of the wiper. What I'm doing is just using a piece of masking tape on there. So when I put it back in, it goes in exactly the same orientation. Now to get this out, what they have is a clip here that has to be pried up on, and you have to lift this first. Lift the wiper up, and you can get this clip up. This locking clip. And hope you can get it out. I'm going to bet that you know, kind of corroded on there and you have to work it around a little bit. Be careful, of course, you are dealing with glass here. Of course, you can't pry on glass. The flip only goes up that far. Okay. I was verging on the ridiculous what it took to get this out of here. Okay, the back cover has to come off. And to start with, go with this handle here and just remove a couple of Phillips screws that are inside these two holes here. So get these two out. Okay, off with that. Okay, next we have to take this piece out right here. Just pry up on it. And then it'll pull out. There's a little catch right there. And a couple on the ends. Fit into a couple slots here. Now there's a couple screws. There's one right there. And right here is the other one. So take those two out. This one here is actually going to require like a stubby screwdriver, a right angle. Good place for a right angle screwdriver. Now you can see with that out, we're loose on the top. So now we just have the 5 screws around the outside. Now around the outside here we have a series of screws. Another one. Another one. And there's a 5th one right over here. So take those 5 out. Okay, last of the screws. Still some internal panel fasteners here. Which you have to unsnap. And on this side as well. Okay, which I'd rather not damage. Just pull out these little connectors. And out it comes. Okay, let's unplug it. On this one, just lift right here. There's a little piece of plastic, just lift it and set it down. If you have a meter and you have some interest in the best troubleshooting method for isolating a motor, if the motor itself is bad, just go to the connector. And I'm operating out of a Haynes manual here. There's 3 wires on this one. The black one is ground. And what I've done here is just try to duplicate the size of the connection inside the motor by just adjusting the number of strands on this wire. So I'm going to put one in the black and hook up to the negative on my meter. And according to the manual, there's like an always 12 volt one on here, connection on here, and that is the black and pink wire, which is the middle wire. We'll check that first. So whenever the ignition is on, should have 12 volts there. So I'm going to go turn on the ignition. Okay, the ignition is on. You should be able to see there we have 11.5. Now we're going to turn the wiper on, and this time we're going to move the one from the pink and white to the green. Looks like brown. Okay, I've got the wiper off. Now I'm going to turn it on. And we can see that we have our wiper control signal there at the end of the plug, indicating that everything is good up to the plug. So if you're getting this type of reading, it indicates a bad motor. Okay, what remains now is motor removal. These are 8mm. There's our little fellow. Let's take a look at this our bench now. It's now in the wiper down or operational position. To get it in the removal position, what you have to do is hold this, cock the wiper up, and it'll clear the little tab on there on the end, and then you can lift this up. And it's got to come up that far, because if it doesn't, you aren't going to clear this little lock portion of this is not going to clear the circumference of this female splined part on the wiper. And if it doesn't clear that, it's going to get locked on to the edge of the motor, the male spline in there. Okay, we're going to install the motor, change things up a little bit. I'm going to do it from inside. Make sure you thread the needle. And there are 3 rubber gaskets in here to make sure those are still in place as well. Which one of these screws goes. Don't need to be hyper tight either. You do have those rubber washers there. You don't want to compress those completely, because they do have a purpose. Vibration dampers, I guess. Okay, one more thing we can do from here in the back. Let's plug our motor back in. You're going to try to install this at least partially, this inside liner from the inside. Okay, and there it is, so that certainly was easier. Let's see if we can flex this a little bit and get it there. Okay. So we've got that underneath here. Okay, so it does appear that this is a way to do this. Okay, now this is snapped. Let's see if we can get the snap in place. Give it a couple good taps. Repeat over here. And we hit another one here. This one we can put in just straight in. cover can go in. Gets into the two little slots, rectangular slots in the back. And then snaps in front. Okay, these two Phillips go in there. I'm going to get them so they actually stick out the other end. Actually sticking out before I try to put it in there. I have a little trouble getting a hold of this one. There it is. Okay, now we just have the 5, or I think there's 5 that go around the outside. Okay, all that's left then are the 5 sheet metal screws that go around the bottom. Getting started. Okay, I'm going to finish those up off camera. Okay, make sure your lock lever's in the unlock position. Get your blade lined up with the way it was before. Looks like we're a little bit higher. Now seat it all the way down. Lift it up. Lock lever down. There. Now it's locked on. This is just for my little particular application here. I got this 5/16 bolt that I had to tap that out a little bit just to kind of give it the old finished look. Might as well clean it up a little bit right away. It looks like we're back in operation. Thanks for watching this video.